Good morning, all. So, in today's class, we are going with a new concept of the linked list. So, in the first type, we have seen single linked list. Into single linked list means what is the meaning of single? So, each node will consist of single data field and a single pointer field. So, in singly linked list, what you will tell, each node will consist of single data field and a single pointer field. Okay, so which where each single field data field will consist of an element, and each single pointer field will contain the will point to the next node. Understanding? So that we have seen in the single linked list. So single linked list is a linked data structure that will consist of single data field and a single pointer field. So whereas now you come for the doubly linked list. So doubly linked list is a linked data structure that consists of sequential link record called nodes. So this one is one record, or you call it as node 1, node 2, node 3 and node 4. Okay, so it is a link, but you come for the word doubly. So doubly means here each node will have two pointers. In singly, we have single data field, single pointer field. Whereas in doubly linked list, we consist of single data field and two pointer field. Keep in your mind. So what is double? Now you are having two pointer field. Okay, so which are the two pointer fields that we will see here? So doubly linked list will either, so it works, navigation is possible in both ways, either forward and backward, easily as compared to singly linked list. In singly linked list, you were always pointing to forward. So node A pointer will point to node B pointer will point to node C, and node C pointer will point to node D. Okay, but in doubly linked list, we are having two pointers. So one is the forward pointer, what we have in singly linked list. The other one is backward pointer. Okay, so now you can tell that initially each node will consist of two pointers. So first pointer, for we call it as forward, we call it as next, and the other pointer which is backward, we call it as prev. Okay, so what is a link? Okay, so link of the, we have three elements in that. One is the link, the other one is next, the other one is prev. Okay, so what comes the link? What each link of the linked list can store in data called an element. Okay, that we call it as link. So next you come for the next. So what is the next? Next is a pointer which contains the link to the next node. So next is the pointer which contains the link to the next node, and previously is also a pointer which points to the previous node. Okay, so it contains a link to previous link called prev. Okay, so now you can see node A next pointer will point to node B, and node A previous it will point to null because it is the first node. Okay, so come for node B. So node B will, next pointer will point to node C, and node B previous pointer will point to node A. So similarly you come for node C. Node C next pointer will point to node D, and node C previous pointer will point to node B. Okay, so initial first link. Okay, so connection link to the first link. So this is the previous. So first connection link to the first link is called head or first, and to the last link we call it as tail or last. Okay, so this one, last one we call it as tail or last, and the first one we call it as head or first. Understanding? So now each, so are you understanding? Are you getting? So can you tell how many pointers there for each node? How many pointers are there for each node? So 2 pointers. Which are those? Forward and backward. It is the way. Okay. So forward, it is a ways you are telling forward and backward. But I am asking you the name of the 2 pointers. So name of the 2 pointers are which pointer used for forward and which pointer is used for backward. Next and previous. Okay. So you are right. Now we shall come for the next question. Node A dot next will point to where? Node A dot next. Where does node A dot next will point to? Sorry, it is not previous. Okay, so node A dot next will point to node B. You have to tell it as node A dot next is pointing to entire node. It is not pointing to, this is the prev region. Okay, so this is the next region and this one is called prev region. Okay, so node A, it is arrow coming inside of the box. It is not coming inside of the box. It is pointing to the entire box. So that's why we tell it as node A dot next is equal to node B. Keep this one in your mind. So what I will tell you, node A dot next. So node A dot next is equal to B. Okay. So similarly, can you tell what is node B dot prev? What is node B dot prev? Node A dot next is pointing to node B. Similarly, node B dot prev is pointing to which one? Yes, you are good. Okay, it is node B dot prev. It is pointing to node A. Keep in your mind whether your arrow is pointing at the box or it is pointing at the field. So totally a node will consist of 3 fields. This one prev field, this one data field, this one next field. So here you can see that. So A dot next is pointing to node B. It is not getting inside. So you'll ನೋಡಿ so the arrow mark ಒಳಗಡೆ ಬಂದ್ರೆ you can tell it as node b dot prev. So but it is pointing at outside the node, so that's why we take it as node a dot next is equal to node b. But you see here, so node b, it is here, it is coming inside. So that's why we tell it as node b dot prev. Okay, if this arrow mark is outside, not inside of the field, then we tell node b is equal to node A. Okay, but here you can tell that node B dot prev is pointing to node A. Okay, so now can you answer what is node B dot next? Node B dot next. Yes, good. It is node C now. Okay. So finally, when you see here, doubly linked list, which is the last node you are having, last node dot D. Node D dot next will be pointing to null. That means it marks the end of the linked list. Understood? So now you come for the program. So this is the program. that you have to take. Okay, so kindly you don't get confused. So here you have to go with only two functions. So first we have seen how you are going to insert at the beginning and insert at the end. Okay, the two operations you have to see. Okay, so first you start with the beginning. So you can see that. So this one is the doubly linked list add at the beginning. So this function code is for add after. Okay, so after the location, this is adding at the beginning. Okay, so what should be done here? So kindly keep this one in your mind. You are adding a new list. So if you are adding a new list, what should be done, that we shall see. So just you go through this part. So one is, so add at beginning, and the other one is add after. So remaining this append and this display not required. Just you go with the add at beginning and add at the after. So after means it is not the end, it is after the first node or after the second node or after the third node. So add after means adding in between. So add at beginning means adding at the beginning of the node. Okay, so first thing what you have to do here, so take a node. So you are adding a node at the beginning. So adding the node at the beginning, you can tell it as struct d node star q. What is this q? Q is the new node that is to be inserted. Okay, so if you are inserting a new node, okay, so first you check that q then prev. So what is if you are inserting the first node, what will be the thing? So if you are inserting a new node, so what should be done here? So first you see here. So this is the new node you are inserting. You have to make the prev to null and next to next node. Okay. So this one is node. I will take it as q. Okay. This one is node q. Q then prev is equal to what? So if this is the first node have to be inserted, what I will do? Q then prev is equal to null and Q then next is equal to next node. Okay, so that's why I have taken here Q then prev is equal to null. So Q then prev is finished. Now you have to insert an element here. So that's why we have taken here Q then data is equal to num. So what is the thing you have given? So first you have to fill the previous node. Next you have to fill the data field. Next you have to fill the next field. Okay. So node q then prev is equal to null. Node, so q then prev is equal to null. Q then data is equal to num. Q then next is equal to some node. Okay. So some node. So that's why I have taken q then next is equal to star yes. So what is the yes? So yes is nothing but some node. Okay. So first you have to add at the beginning. So that's why I have taken this one is node q. Q then prev should be marked as null. Q then data should be marked as num. Q then next should be marked as some node. Some node we have taken it as yes here. Okay, so now after that, now you have to make this pointer prev to point to node. Okay, so this one is node yes, then prev is equal to q. That's why we have taken node yes, then prev is equal to q and star s is equal to q. So star s is equal to q. That means we are making it to point to the node. Okay, so are you understanding? Are you getting? It can be it will be difficult to understand, but you go through the diagrams that you can easily know. If you are inserting a new node at the beginning, that new node we are taking it as Q. So what the Q then prev will contain? Q then prev is equal to null. Q then data, this one is data field. Q then data is equal to num and Q then next is pointing to some node. So some node we are giving it as star yes. So next you are taking, you have given this part is finished, this part is finished, this part is finished. Now you come for star S, then prev is equal to, this one is Q. Star S is B, star S dot, then prev is equal to, you are storing to Q. Next you make Q is equal to this thing. S is equal to Q. What is S is equal to Q? So this one is Q. So S is equal to Q you are making. So that is adding at the beginning. So just you go through this code. So first take a node, add the prev field, data field, next field, next you make the previous. So how you make it to the previous? Star S then prev is equal to Q and then you make star S is equal to Q. Bhargava GK. Bhargava GK, are you there? Bhavana CS. Bhavana CS. Are you understanding? Okay. So now in adding at beginning, add at beginning, which according to our figure, what is node Q and node S? So according to our figure, so which is node Q and node S. Which we tell it as node Q. So here I have taken Q then prev, Q then data, Q then next. And then I have taken it as yes. So which one in our figure, which one is node Q and which one is node S? As answer to my question. Okay, now you come for the next question. So first we have seen it, the doubly linked list adding at the beginning. So adding at the beginning means first you are adding a new node. So new node we consider it as node A. Okay, so node A dot previous we are marking it to null, and node this one is node Q. Okay, so node Q is A and node S is B. So because you are inserting a node at the beginning, so if you are inserting this one, will be, we are considering it as first node. Okay, so this is the second node. So for first node dot prev is equal to null, and q dot data, q then data is equal to num. So this is num, and q then next is pointing to yes. So next after that, now you come for the node s. Node s dot pre, node s then prev is equal to q, and then you make it as star s is equal to q. That's we have taken like this. Okay, so now you come for the insert after. Okay, so that means you are inserting a node at the particular location. So whether it can be that the second node after the first node, after the second node, after the third node. So that means you are inserting an element of at some location. So that we tell it as add after. Okay, so for that you are starting with a node. So node is given as temp. So what you are going to insert, that we call it as temp. Okay, you are inserting at middle. Okay, so in order to move to desired position, now I call a loop. I is equal to 0, I less than loop means a location where you have to insert. Whether it can be 1, it can be 2, it can be 3. Okay, that means you are inserting an element here. So next you go with a q is equal to q then next. Okay, so that means this is the previous node we are considering. If q equals null, nothing. Okay, so now you come for the previous node. So that we take it as q is equal to q then prev. So one node you are taking. So suppose if you are inserting at third position, okay, that position, now you have to point to next pointer as well as previous pointer. So leave this q is equal to null, you can take it as q is equal to q then next, and q is equal to q then prev. Okay, so what is the new node you are inserting? Take this one. So new node is temp. So temp then data is equal to num. Temp then prev is equal to q. Q means previous one. Okay. Temp is the new one you are inserting. So q, before the temp you are having node q. Okay. So keep that one in your mind. If you are inserting in middle, previous node we consider it as q, and the inserting node we consider it as temp. Okay, so temp then data is equal to num, and temp then prev is equal to q. So temp then prev will point to q. Next, temp then next should point to. So if you are inserting in middle, so usually q then next will be pointing to temp. Okay, so now you have to take it as temp then next is equal to q then next, and temp then next is equal to temp. So this is the conditions what you have to give. Okay, because you are inserting in middle. Okay, so for that purpose you should take it as adding at the particular location. So that thing you are taking for the going for this scenario. Understood? So finally you come for the display function. Display means you are showing the entire contents of the list. So how you show the entire contents of the list? That means if q start from the first node. So first node we consider it as q not equal to null. So show q then data and keep moving until last. How to move to second node? That we will give using q is equal to q then next. So first you print the q then data, that is first node. Then you move to second node using q then next. Okay, so this is the display function what you have to take. So very important one, insert at the beginning, insert at a location, and then you go with the display function. Okay, so that is up to insertion operation. So now you come for the delete. So deleting at beginning and end in the DLL. How you can delete at the beginning and how you can delete at the end. Two cases you have to see. Okay. Have you understood the insertion? Have you understood or not? Have you understood the insertion part? So this will be up to insertion at a insertion concept. Next we shall go with a deletion. Okay. So by deletion we shall see in the next coming classes. Okay. So I hope you have got understood all these concepts. So if you are not filled any attendance, you can fill it here. And all these video lectures will be available in YouTube link. So here I will give my YouTube link. YouTube link is 1 dpmk. You can learn it there. So I hope you all got understood. So you can subscribe to my channel and keep watching all the particular videos. Okay. Thank you all.